Hello. Well, it's my first stream on this channel too, so you're my first viewer. Hi. I'm just testing out the waters, testing all the, technical things, and probably will do a short reading. So welcome. I hope the sound is okay. I'm trying to adjust to make sure that it's not, if the music is too loud, if my voice is too loud, just let me know. Oh, do I do pendulum readings? No, I haven't got the chance to try learning pendulums yet. So it'll be a tarot reading with I probably will clarify with the oracle card as well. So thank you for letting me know the sound's okay. Let me get the cards out. Well, I'm going to do a general timeless reading anyway, so would you like to stick around for that and see if you still have any other questions? I can also do a reading for you for your question too. Probably won't be that many people showing up anyway. Because usually with my readings, I set intentions for the frequency of love for anyone who passes by. So I'm sure since you're here as my first viewer, there definitely is something in the reading for you. If anything, this might turn out to be just like your personal reading because we're just the only people here. Well, I'm going to be working with the Luna Soul Tarot. Since you're here, let's just get started with the reading and then see how the messages come through for you as well. I usually would start by getting a little bit into the spirit messages for the path that you have picked out, that I've been called to pick out. And since you're here, there might be some messages for you. And also hello to anyone who may be watching the playback. The Luna Soul Tarot, like you saw the box just now, let me reach. There we go. Usually this deck would come out when we need some kind of gentle healing energy, like a very kind, gentle energy, and some consolation for healing our own hearts. So maybe that's why you were called to this reading today as well. And it's called the Luna Soul Tarot. So the sun, the moon, and the stars. So you might have interest in astrology, or you might work with the moon cycles, or have connections with star seeds. I'm inside of my best friend. Simon doesn't like me. Does he? Oh, okay. So relationships. Yeah, so maybe that's why the healing deck was called out as well, because with relationships, right, first, it's very important to heal our own hearts, because when we seek that in others, we sometimes attract the frequency that are, we create our own realities, right? And when we feel like we are looking for love someplace else, outside of ourselves, we also attract that similar frequency where, the other person might not be ready to be in a relationship, or might not be ready for commitment. And if anything, maybe that's also why you're being called to this, because healing our own self-love, self-worth, and like appreciation and gratitude of where we are today could also help bring in manifestations for your relationships and for your connections with friends or with love connections that actually are right for you in terms of your growth and your inner growth as well. And with this, right, since you asked me a question of love, let's get into the anchoring objects then. Rose quartz. Rose quartz are like stones of love. They represent the heart chakra energy, or like the heart energy center, however you label that concept, right? And with rose quartz, it really signifies the importance of self-love, of strengthening our own hearts first before exploring any kinds of other forms of relationships or love. So maybe that's why the rose quartz was called out for this pal as well. And with rose quartz, if you're not familiar with the concept of chakras or energy centers, maybe look into that, because that could be another key to you understanding how to move this energy, this frequency forward in a way that aligns with your path of self-love, of growth, and that aligns with the universal energy of unconditional love as well. So it talks about unconditional love too, because if when we work on unconditional love of self, sometimes what we look for in a relationship and in a partner will really change afterwards, or it changes and it grows alongside us, right? So this anchoring object as well for this pal, it's it's a tree with little like apples or fruits on top, right? And really the tree talks about growth. And to me, like in my personal spiritual work, the tree symbolizes inner growth, spiritual growth mostly, inner advancement in terms of your fulfillment, who you are, so what your soul actually calls you towards. And with this, they wanted me to say with the apple and the fruits on top, right? Your harvest, your growth will manifest, but it will manifest if it's love, if it's relationship, it will manifest alongside your inner growth. It will manifest in a way that aligns with your spiritual calling, or just like organic growth, right? Organic growth of life, of who you are, of who you want to become, and who you have been. So really look into your fulfillment as your first priority. Look into your spiritual, or let's say fill your own cup, your inner cup that moves you towards the tree that you want to grow for yourself, and the relationship or the love that you look for in a partner, in friends, in family. All of that will start to come through for you. Okay, so I feel like that's the only messages for this pal. So I'll put these here so you can still see them, and if you could also like tune in to the energy, maybe there will be some other messages that come through for you when you look at those anchoring objects, because anything that you get from your intuition, your inner knowing, your feeling, is always going to be better than anything I can tell you, or anything that any other tarot card readers tell you. So that's also very important. Like, listen to your heart, listen to your feelings, and listen to what your inner self calls you towards. And if it's like you asked me, right, with the relationship, then if it's the relationship, then feel it. Use your feelings and feel it. Is it not manifesting right now because it's not divine timing, or is it still waiting for us to do some personal healing for ourselves until that beautiful relationship could start to be gifted to you by your angels, by your spirit guides, your higher self, or just any other energies you're working with, right? Let me put this aside. Okay. Also, I only read upright and I read intuitively. I also do know the symbolism of the Rider-Waite system, but I read intuitively most of the time. Hello, hi. We're doing a timeless reading, and you're just here in time for the tarot reading. I feel this one. There we go. In the recent past, you have the Hierophant. Let me show you. So you can also look at the cards and see what you feel, what your own intuition tells you. If there are any other messages that come directly through you, through your higher self, your spirit guides. So take a little bit of time to look at that. The Hierophant talks about, well, let me first say, your cards here, and you saw me shuffled and picked from different parts, right? But most of the energy here are from the Wand suit. So it has a lot to do with your intuition, with your feelings. Understanding your feeling and understanding how to work with your intuition, it's going to be the key to any of the question you're holding right now. But I feel like, because it's the Wand suit, it has a lot to do with your own inner knowing, your own inner guidance system. Understanding that we have what it takes within us, because the Hierophant is here, right? Then the Hierophant works with all energies. They work with the energies of the universe, the divine, your higher self, or any other beautiful energies that we can't see with our 3D human eyes, right? And the Hierophant talks about someone who understands that there are things beyond just physical unfoldings of things, and that the Hierophant follows his divine guidance. He follows his divine callings. So if you found this pile, you have been here because, or you found this reading because you opened yourself up to explore this path of inner growth, of spiritual growth, and receiving guidance, working with different energies and working with yourself in a new aspect, right? And this actually came in as like quite a swift shift for you, because see, the Hierophant's holding a lightning rod and a book that symbolizes wisdom, right? And here you see the little pentacle, and to me, in my personal work, the star especially, is the energy of the heart center of your heart chakra. So you understand how powerful love is, and that love has to come alongside wisdom and alongside divine guidance and divine timing. Because if anything, the Hierophant goes with the flow. You see the water on his throne? He goes with the flow. And the sword, your decision making in going into this flow, into this situation that may still be an unknown to you. The results, you don't really see it now. You don't really know what the result is. But you have chosen to step into this unknown and allow yourself to be guided by just beyond your logic, by the energies of love, that is the energies of Mother Nature and planet Earth around us, right? I'm hearing some of you might be quite new to tarot readings, so that's maybe why you have been drawn to this pile as well. In this current energy, you have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands talks about a stage of healing where it could be very helpful for you to release negativity, because negativity is a frequency that really blocks manifestations. It kind of makes your love frequency a little bit stuck, let's say. Not stuck, but you can shine your light and your love in a much more powerful way if you work with releasing negativity and limiting beliefs or anything that could be inhibiting love towards yourself and towards the people around you, right? Because everything starts with unconditional love of self. And you can see here in the card, I'll show you so you can look at it too with me today. He looks exhausted and tired and wounded, right? But he's still holding so tight to that one wand, that one choice, that one path, when there are so many other wands behind him for him to pick up. And if only he looks back, shift his perspective, right? Perspective shifts out of negativity into gratitude of the things around him, of all the other beautiful wands he has ready for him to pick up. You'll see that right past those wands are new ways to growth, because spiritual mountains symbolizes, even in the Rider-Waite system, it symbolizes spiritual growth, a path of spiritual growth and inner growth. So maybe the energies are calling forth for you to maybe, I'm not saying you have to let go of that wand, because that wand is still a part of your 9 wands anyways, right? But to just put it aside for a little bit, put it down for a little bit so you can rest, so you can regenerate and allow yourself to renew your love energy. And maybe you'll pick up a completely different one that leads you to the path that you're meant to be on, to the path that is your spiritual growth. Hello, hi. We're doing a timeless reading. So it's a general reading. If you're here now, there's probably something that I know you're here just in the right time. So if you let yourself rest, let yourself renew from whatever situation, conflict, I'm feeling it may be a relationship for some of you. If you just allow yourself to just be, to relax, to learn. It's a 9 of Wands is a good frequency to learn how to let go, to learn how to readjust, and maybe slow things down a little bit. So once you slow down, you shift your perspective, and then you start gazing around you, right? Like he would start, once he's healed from these wounds and looked around, you see the mountains behind, and the path will open for you. That's what I'm hearing too. Even though it may be cloudy, right? It may be still the unknown for a lot of you, but the path will open once you shift your gaze. That's what they wanted me to say. And in the upcoming future, you have the 8 of Wands. And I did shuffle the cards like crazy. I start shuffling. You have the reason that the energies are so close to each other is because spirits are saying you may be revisiting, going back and forth between two energies to really understand these frequency and learn and heal and grow from it, right? Because we often go through different frequencies in life just to learn a more delicate lesson from them. And with the 8 of Wands, it's the energy of you just knowing your direction, you knowing your aim, knowing your goal, and knowing exactly where your arrows of manifestation fly, where your vortex is, right? If you're not familiar with the concept of the vortex, maybe look into Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks. I find her very, very gentle and kind and healing too. So knowing exactly what you're aiming for, where you're aiming towards in this desert, right? In this place of unknown. Knowing your heart, what the love energy, what the love frequency, right? Because you have love rose quartz. Lead with your hearts. In the upcoming future, you may be called to revisit the 8 of Wands energy, to also kind of clean that up, or let's say fine-tuning, right? Fine-tuning your aims, fine-tuning your goal based on your feeling, based on self-love, unconditional love, and love for everyone and all energies around you. And let that guide you, right? Let that guide you towards your growth. That is going to blossom. It's going to be a harvesting period for you soon. But this is an opportunity where once you really nail it, right? You really nail and know in your heart what you want, you'll be able to heal, to renew, and move past this 9 of Wands energy to go towards the 10, the cups, or even like I'm hearing some of you, you have been working with intuition, and that's why the Wand suit came up really strong for you in this reading. But also the intuition comes alongside of like, are you manifesting for one particular goal, right? One goal that you're holding on to so close? Or are you gonna aim like a lot of arrows and see where the divine lands that for you? And that aiming more than one manifestation, it could mean to broaden your manifestations. And sometimes when we manifest for one specific thing, it could, in a way, let's say the divine or the energy or our spirit guides, our ancestors, they see like the Hierophant would see, right? They see the bigger picture. And because we're holding on to one way of doing things, one outcome, those other arrows that are flying towards your beautiful target, they're not really they're kind of, let's say, they lose momentum, and the manifestation that is actually just right for you and is waiting to come in will come in once you let go. So what I'm being told is find your cup, because what is higher than the energy of the wand suit, the fiery energy, right? That the go energy of pursuing in a masculine energy. And when I'm talking masculine, feminine, it has nothing to do with gender. We all have divine masculine, toxic masculine, divine feminine, toxic femininity in all of us, despite our biological genders. So once you kind of work with that fiery energy and let it flow, right? Just like I said in the beginning, let it flow, because he's sitting on a throne of waves. Hello. We're doing a timeless reading, so I know you're here just at the right time. Once you work with that fiery energy of having things to lock in to be one way, that manifestation is going to flow in by you looking at where your cup lies. Use your wand, use your magic that is the frequency of love to bring in your cup. Ascend and raise your frequency towards what actually fulfills you. Broaden your manifestation goal. Let's say what could be a good example? If it's a relationship and you say you want this one person, right? Let's say you just manifest the feeling of love all around you. And that could just bring in the right puzzle piece for you. And let go of that control of the fiery energy, right? And let things flow. Broaden how you manifest. And let it be like, use emotion-based manifestation. Let's say you want a career move to go through and you want financial stability, right? Instead of manifesting for a job, for a position, or a raise, what if you manifested financial freedom? What if you manifested abundance, right? Or what if you manifested wholeness? That could really help bring back the Hierophant energy and allow the divine orchestration to work and to play with you and to bring in what is in divine timing for you. Okay? Look, you have the 5 of Wands. All the wands to feel through this. And if anything, throw your logic out the window. Feel through it. This decision that you're about to make, the feeling of love for self and love for the doing things to bring forth alignment for the greater goods and for love will help bring clarity in this decision making that you're about to make. 5 of Wands, I'll show you so you can also look at the card and see if you have other messages coming directly to you from your inner self, your higher self, your spirit guides, ancestors, universal energies, or any other energy that they're working to guide you, help heal us, and in this path of inner growth. 5 of Wands. Again, releasing negativity, right? And at the bottom of the deck, to me, the bottom of the deck talks about something that maybe we were not aware of. When we're in a midst of these energy, this is another clue that the spirits wanted to show us so we can work through it and understand and move forward with love, right? What you may not see is it seems like you're holding the frequency of fear. There's fear of what other people might think, fear of the expectations from others, expectations of society, maybe family members, loved ones, whichever decision or that you're holding on to, maybe you're holding it so tight and you're clinging onto it because of fear of what the people you love may think of you. Because he's in a very contemplating, sorrowful energy, and with these wands, like conflicts surrounding him, even though it's not really hurting him. It's not really, like, your hands are not tied, and you have the options to leave this conflict or let go. Let's say you don't have to leave your loved ones, but let go of this this need to please other people, this need to be a peacemaker, or to make a decision that also makes other let's say that is safe. Some of you may be scared of making a decision and clinging onto a comfort zone, an old way of doing things, or something that is already what you know to be safe, because you're scared that it might bring in conflict from people around you, or that it may bring in criticisms from people it seems like you actually care about a lot. I'm hearing family members. It could be family members or your spouse, your loved ones. They're saying once you release this negativity, allow yourself to rest and renew and regenerate, reevaluate your aim, and broaden your manifestation. You can fire more than one arrows if you allow the spirits and the divine to work with you. And release this fear of conflict, release this fear of judgment, and love yourself unconditionally, no matter what other people say. You will find that gift that you're looking for, okay? And if anything, this decision is not going to hurt you, because with the wand, so this is different from the sword, right? Where, say, the sword like actually cuts you and stabs you, but the wand, mostly it could just bruise you a little bit, right? Like, we could be emotionally hurt, and we'll learn how to work with that, with releasing that pain, with working with that pain in a way that allows us to move on and become our full authentic self. Because with the Five of Wands, it also talks about, like, they're fighting, but they're using rods, right? So if anything, it's training. It's training energy. If anything, your spirits are allowing you this opportunity to fine-tune your strength, to train with the people that you love in this life. And if you know that eventually they'll understand you, if you voice from a place of love, from a place of your inner calling, they'll understand you. But and that it may take more than one time of communicating, one way of communicating, for them to actually open up to you. But that in itself is your growth. That in itself is the path of your own inner strength. That they're opening up a door for you to be able to stand fully in love with yourself, in who you are, despite what other people may think, or rejections, refusals from other people. to hold your own in sovereignty, right? So release the negativity, work a lot with self-love, whatever tools you have that, work with the energy of love, right? And I'm trying to tune in and see if they'd like me to pull some oracle cards to clarify for you. Okay, he asked me to pick up stuff. Oh my god, I just saw that my candles like dripping everywhere. Well, let's see how that's gonna, right? When you go into the unknown, sometimes it's a little bit messy, but it's not something that's like detrimental. It's not something that's going to like destroy everything. It's just something that it will teach you how to clean it. Like, if anything, I'll have to learn how to clean it, and that in itself, it's similar, right? If anything, they're helping you learn how to clean your energy and come back to your own center, that is love. Okay? The deck that they has asked me to pull out is the Divine Feminine Oracle deck. Let's clarify and see. I'll show you. It's by Megan Watterson. I'll put that aside. See, there's one of you still here live with me, so thank you. Saint of True Freedom, Mirabai. I'll let you look at it. I'll read it to you. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. Right? Sovereignty. This will bring you into towards the path of sovereignty, of standing on your own from a place of self-love and having your energy centered despite the conflicts or anything around you, and understanding that regeneration, you can gift that to yourself without any validation or confirmations from anyone else. And I feel like if you follow your intuition, it will lead you back to yourself. It will lead you back to a place where you're fulfilled from your inner self. And only from that place that we could, let's say, attract a partner or job or any opportunity that you're looking for that really fulfills you, because we create our own realities and we attract the frequency that's within us. So we learn that lesson. Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. See her heart energy, heart chakra, heart energy again here. They're saying whatever you're holding on to, the courage is going to come from that self-love, from your own heart. For you to instead hold this wand in a wounded way, pick up something else, right? That is kind and gentle. Pick up something that you don't have to cling on for dear life to it, but it's there for you. And you're there for them. If it's a job, if it's a relationship, anything that flows with you, right? Hold it like she holds this flower. Hold it, and flower is like the white flower is the energy of purity of the heart, knowing in your heart that your choice is from a place of love, of self-love. So like they're both holding something, right? That's, if anything, that's the synchronicity there. And see, I know you'll be able to see the difference in energy of how they're holding it. Gently, kindly, hold it lightly. You picked up other ones, one that is more at ease for you and suits you more, actually. One that aligns with you. Woo! No, I just shuffled it the wrong way. Let me like... I do that sometimes. And pay attention to the synchronicity and the guidance that you're receiving right now, because crown chakra, yellow energy as well. So heart energy center and the crown energy center. Bring out your inner Hierophant, right? Perpetua, the saint of authenticity. Look, anything it talks about sovereignty, courage to fully come into your power, and come into your authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. If also you feel called to, you might want to look into the stories of each of the goddesses here, because there may be some synchronicity in there for you as well. Hi, Bell008, are you still there? This is a timeless reading. So let me finish this general reading first, but I'm sure there's some messages in there for you too. And I'll check my energy and see if I can still hold for one more. Okay, because I'm going with the flow too, and I want to be in the energy where I can deliver loving messages to you in my full frequency as well. Kuan Yin. The goddess of compassion. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. Right? If you have a conflict in your life with other people, it's a general reading for other friends who may be watching the playback as well. But if you want, let me see if I can hold for one more after this, okay? You just hang on a little bit. The goddess of compassion. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. If you're in this energy, right? Maybe work with forgiving yourself and allow yourself to process everything and feel your emotions. Because that recognition of suffering starts from within us first. Once you recognize the pain that you're feeling, the anger, the hurt, the judgment, then you'll understand what the conflicts around you in a very different way. Let's say family members or friends or people in your workplace who may not understand your choices or who may be against your decision right now. If you allow yourself to process how that makes you feel first, then you'll also look at them very, very differently. And that conflict will clear up, and it will allow you to stand in your full authenticity, in your full sovereignty of not needing anyone's validation or not being trying to please other people, or not trying to be the peacemaker when you know that you have to stand up for yourself, but from a very kind, compassionate place. Right? And she's the goddess of forgiveness too, Kuan Yin. So if anything, forgive yourself first for hanging on to an outcome, a decision, or this one that you've hung on to, right? And allow yourself to understand that we all do our best in any given time in life. In any given time, we always do our best. And forgive yourself. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to renew. And then see things from a different perspective. Then your manifestations will start to come in. Okay? I feel like that's it for this general timeless reading. I hope you enjoyed that reading, and that was a live video, a live streaming session of my tarot reading on Twitch, and I go by the name Every so feel free to follow and check out my content if you are already on Twitch, or if you like live streamings. I'm currently starting out and just experimenting a lot of things, so for now it's going to be on Twitch. And I also would like to say thank you to the universal energies, my spirit guides, spirit animals, fairy friends, collective soul tribes, and ancestors, just any of the loving energies that came through today during the reading to help guide us and share with us all these encouragement and path of growth for our inner how do you call it? Yeah, I usually call it just inner growth. Right? So thank you. I just really am grateful for the opportunity to help share these messages to you all. And if you are into shorter forms of content, then feel free to check out my TikTok as well. I go by the name Every but it will be at Every Tarot. So there's a few piles on there that are in my regular, just the regular form of tarot readings, and you'll see me there in human form. Just plain old me doing regular shorter forms tarot readings. And there are like 3 piles up on there because I'm still starting out as well. And if you liked this video, if you enjoyed my other content, please consider helping me press subscribe, press follow, or press like here on YouTube, so that we can spread these messages to anyone who may find this helpful, useful, and also it will help me a lot in growing my channel and continuing to do this as well. And if you feel called to do so, I do accept donations and tips, but again, it's never expected. And if your budgets are limited, then pressing like, pressing subscribe, and following my content would already help me so much in this path that I'm on, this journey that I'm exploring. Okay, so thank you very much, and I hope to see you around, maybe in Twitch during a stream, or just here on YouTube with my other videos and tarot readings. Okay, so have a blessed day, have an amazing day, and I'll see you again here on Every whenever the universal energies call for us to be here together again. Bye-bye.